You may not think that starting a body oil business is for you, but if you're really wanting to get into a skincare business, a body oil business might just be your perfect gateway. Hi, my name is Nicole, and I help skincare business owners and DIYers craft their formulas and really build their business. If it's something you're interested in, then definitely hit the subscribe button. When I first started my business, I thought I needed to have everything from the creams to the lotions to the body butters to serums. And you really don't need to have all of those products all in one go. You can start off with one product and build from there. And that's where my Skincarepreneur Startup Kit comes in. Within this kit, you're going to get 9 different formulas. And within these formulas, you're going to have body butters, oils, creams, lotions, serums. So you can really start to learn how to formulate and really make these products as you get more comfortable with making each product. Now, also within this kit, you also get labels and logos so you can start your business with already customizable labels so you don't have to start anything from scratch. Now, I did recently just update my labels so that you can get labels that are 2x4 that work perfectly for body oil bottles. And I also added in a dry oil formula so that you can make a dry oil and add that to your line or start your line with dry oils. Now, also within this, if you want to make products that are for particular skincare issues, I got you there too. Because in this kit, you're also going to get a page that is customizable where you can choose the skincare issue you want to cater to, and it'll give you the ingredients and the percentages to use to customize these formulas as you see fit. Now, if this is something that you find interesting and that will be helpful to starting your business, then click the link down below or scan the QR code so you can start your business with confidence today. True. When it comes to making body oils, why would this be the perfect gateway? Well, it's going to be the easiest to formulate, it's going to be the easiest to understand, and it's just going to be easy to craft and to develop over time. You can easily craft body oil to different skincare issues. You can easily add in fragrances without having to worry about the scents of the oils, competing with that. So body oil is just going to be the easiest to use and really the easiest to start with. And then you can start to build on your other formulas as you gain more confidence. Now, if you already have a skincare business, this is still for you because if your business isn't going the direction that you want it to go, or if your products aren't selling the way that you want to and you want to revamp your business, starting out with body oil could really be the perfect segue. You can really start by making your body oils, developing key fragrances and signature fragrances for your brand, and then start to develop and get back into making your creams or your body butters or scrubs to really help to get your business name out there and really grow your business that way, is starting out with just one product. Now, when you are starting your body oil business, you want to really think about starting small. You don't want to come out with a whole bunch of different body oils. Now, to start off, we are going to have 3 fragrances that you're going to develop, and you're going to just make 5 of each of those fragrances to start off with your business. So that way, once you sell all of these products, then you'll just be able to use that money to buy more of the ingredients that you may need or buy more of the equipment and bottles and lids that you may need for your business. Now, to start off with your ingredients, we are going to start off as if we are just making a basic body oil formula. Now, if you want to craft this formula to be more for a glow type of body oil that's great geared towards youthful skin, then stick around a little bit because I'm going to be sharing that as well. Now, to start off, we're going to have sweet almond oil. Now, sweet almond oil is a really great lightweight oil that is going to be easy to add into any of your products, and it's just a lightweight carrier oil, and you can use this as a majority of your product. So this is going to be upwards to 40 to 45% of your overall formula. Now the next major oil you're going to want to use is jojoba oil. Now jojoba oil, this is going to be a little bit more on the more expensive side of a carrier oil, but with this, it's going to mimic your natural sebum. So this is a really great oil that's going to be lightweight, easy to use, and glide onto the skin. This is going to be used more at like 20 to 15% of your overall formula. But with jojoba oil, if you buy like a 64-ounce bottle of jojoba oil, this can cost you, roughly around 20, even $30, depending on the brand that you purchase from. I'll have everything linked down below that's going to be priced under this $200 so that you'll be able to grab everything that you would want to use to start off your business with. Now, Now, next we're going to have evening primrose. Now, evening primrose is another really great standard oil to have. It's easy to get your hands on as well, and it's just a really great oil to have. Again, you would use this one around 10 to 15% of your overall formula, because a little bit goes a long way when you're using oils that aren't necessarily carrier oils. These are going to be secondary oils for your business. Now, for the evening primrose, this is going to cost you around $25 to $30, again, depending on the brand that you are purchasing from and the amount that you purchase. Now, next you're going to want to use vitamin E. Now, vitamin E is going to be crucial in any oil product because this is what's going to aid in your products not going rancid and just give it a longer shelf life in general. Now, all the ingredients that you have are going to also have vitamin E in it as well, but you want to buy vitamin E itself to add to the products because you're using this almost as your own preservative that's going to be natural for a body oil. Vitamin E cannot be used as a preservative in any water-based products because it's not going to preserve, it's not going to be antibacterial. So do not use vitamin E in any of those other products, just for your oils and butters. Now, vitamin E is crucial to still have in your creams and your lotions, but it's not going to serve the same purpose like you're using it in your creams and your butters in order for the oils not to go rancid and have a bad smell. So you're really just using this to help to extend the shelf life of your product. Now, next up in your ingredients, you're going to have your fragrance oils. Now, when it comes to fragrance oils, I know it can be really hard to figure out what fragrances you want to create and like what fragrances to use. I really like to use Brambleberry because they have really great fragrances and have really great options as far as like the fragrances go. The fragrances do last pretty long. Like I think that they do have really good high quality fragrances. Now, when it comes to their fragrances, you can buy 10 fragrances for $20. So if you just want to buy those all in travel size, then you can have all of those fragrances. You can be able to test them and make your products with those trial sizes that you can get. And then you can just buy based off of the 3 fragrances that you want to create. And it just makes it a lot easier. It's only $20. You can buy another 10, just another $20. So it's a really great package that they have when it comes to buying your fragrances. They even have bundles of different fragrances that you can get as well to pair together. So just check out Brambleberry when it comes to your fragrances and buying the little travel sizes because it's enough for you to be able to test and for you to be able to make your product as well. When it comes to just these ingredients that we are talking about, this is going to cost you around $70 to $100 based off of these ingredients alone. So your ingredients are going to be a bigger portion of this. If you've already started a business in skincare, then you probably already have most of the equipment that I'm going to mention in just a little bit, and you probably have some of the ingredients that you would want to use as well. So probably already have vitamin E. You may already have sweet almond oil or maybe sunflower oil. You can use that instead. If you have apricot kernel oil, you can use that instead of jojoba oil. If you want to use evening primrose, if you want to switch that out for rice bran oil and you already have rice bran oil, then these can be easy swaps that you can use so you don't have to buy as many ingredients. Now, next up, we have to get into your equipment and your packaging. So this is going to be really important depending on what angle you want to go in for your business. But when it comes to your equipment, we are just going to have very basic stuff when it comes to this. So you want to have a scale. Now I have a scale that's a big scale like this that can be used just to measure out, your bigger things, your oils and everything like that. Or what I think is going to be a really good investment to have is the 2-section scale. This is for your larger side, and then this is going to be to get like 0.008 ounces and grams. So this is going to be a really great one to measure out your fragrances with. You'll be able to measure out your fragrances, your vitamin E, because you're not using that much of it. So the ones that have the smaller measurements, you're going to want to use this side, and then for your bigger measurements, you're going to use this side. So having one with the 2 sides is going to be the best, or you can buy them separately. There are scales that are just scientific that are just going to be for the 0.008 ounce. So you can buy 2 different scales for both, or buy the one that has both of them configured in one. Now, next for your equipment, you're going to have some type of measuring cup. I love these measuring cups here because it has a longer spout, making it a lot easier to pour into the bottle when you're done. And you're also going to want to buy a little funnel as well to make it a lot easier. But if you don't have a funnel and you just have one with a longer spout like this, it makes it easier to pour into your bottles. So having something with a long spout, or if you have even these glass measuring cups can work as well. The only thing is that the spout isn't as long, but it does have a direct spout, so it does make it still easy to pour, you can still use it with these glass ones. If you already have a measuring cup like this, then you can just use that for your oils. And they have larger ones as well. So if you're making a lot at one time, then you can just use a bigger measuring cup. They do have these plastic ones in a larger size as well. So you can get the smaller size, or you can get a much larger one if you're making a bigger batches. But I love that with this pack, it came with about 5 of them. So you can have a different one for each fragrance that you're making so that you can split it up and be able to make them all at the same time. So having something like this is going to be really crucial and important. Now, next is going to be the bottles that you're going to be using for your body oils. Now, this can vary in price and size depending on, the brand that you're going for. Now, if you're going to go for something that's going to just be, the girl next door, very like affordable, then you can use regular squeeze bottles that are just going to have a squeeze top, and you can squeeze and use, and those I would go for like more 6 ounces. I'll have everything linked down below, and here's the image of what that would look like as well. Or you can go for a more luxury look for your body oils and do like the small glass dropper bottles. And these are going to give you just more of like a luxury look. These are going to be very simple and easy, and it's going to be glass, but you only would be making like 3.5 ounces of these. But when it comes to having a more luxury product, using a bottle like this and having that small of a quantity is going to be expected because of the type of brand that you are going for and the type of look that you're going for. So depending on what you want to do, if you want to give more of a product, then you would do the 6 ounces. Or if you want to do more luxury, you can do a smaller packaging and do 3.5 ounces. And even with the smaller quantity and it being glass, it's not going to be too heavy to ship because of it being such a small quantity. Now, when it comes to like having the more luxury look, then like using a bottle that's a dropper bottle like this, these are going to be smaller ones that you can have and use. But with this, it's going to now these are going to be glass, so it has a little bit of a weight to it, but it's not going to be heavy enough for it to really make a difference within your packaging when you're shipping these out. So that's why I like to use the smaller quantities. So that's why it works to have glass when you're using a smaller quantity like this for your body oils to be able to sell, because it's not going to make that much of a difference than using the plastic ones and using, having a 6 ounce bottle. So if you still want to use a glass bottle and you want it to be a dropper bottle, you kind of want to be in between luxury and affordable, then using a bottle like this is just going to be a glass one as well. And this is just it's a smaller one. This is going to be around 3.5 ounces. This is going to work really great to have like kind of in that in between of luxury and affordable. And so I really love this glass one as well. Again, not very heavy, but it's very durable, and it just gives more of like a luxury high end feel. Now, when it comes to starting your business, it really just depends on what angle you want to go in. Do you want it to be on the more affordable side, or if you want to be more luxury, or if you kind of want to be in between? But let me know down below when it comes to your business, what angle are you trying to go? Do you want it to be affordable? Do you want it to be luxury? Do you want it to be high end? Definitely talk about that in the comment section. Okay, so now we're gonna get into our labels. Now, when it comes to your labels, the best bet is to have them printed for you. I know a lot of times you want to print them yourself, but when it comes to printing out your labels, you really need to have a high-powered printer to really get the job done and for the printer to really create the label that you want it to. I've tried to print out my own labels and it just came out really bad. It didn't print on the paper properly and it just would rub off, and the printer just does not have enough stamina to be able to print a label like that. So I use Avery a lot of the times when it comes to printing out my labels. They're going to be the most affordable option, and the smaller your label is, the more labels you're going to be able to get. Now on Avery, if you're going to have the labels made, they cost around $16 for 2 sheets of paper. Now, if you're going to be like making maybe a 2x2 or 2x4 label, which should fit perfectly on a bottle like this, or even on a 6 ounce bottle, then with those labels, those are going to cost you around $16. You can buy one for each fragrance that you have, and that will just make it a lot easier. You'll have around 24 labels with that one order. So that works out perfectly. You'll be able to make all of those products. So you can focus on maybe just, you can focus on solely your labels and putting in money towards your labels and buy smaller quantities of your oils so that you can be able to have your labels made. And then as you start to make more money, then you can put that into buying more of your oils, of buying higher quantities, so that you don't have to spend money again on your labels. You already are buying a big enough quantity that you'll be able to have that for a few batches as you are building your business. Now, when it comes to making your labels, I know that that can just be like a little bit mind boggling because you don't really know what direction that you want to go in. But in my skincarepreneur startup kit, I have labels, logos, different formulas. I have 9 formulas on there and customization sheets so you can create based off of the skincare issue that you want to cater to. But within the skincarepreneur startup kit, I do have body oil formulas, and I also have a dry oil formula that I've added into there as well. And I also have labels that will be great just for a body oil business, and you'll be able to use this. This is going to be 2x4 labels. It's going to be able to be easy to add into Avery so that you'll be able to print them and make your labels for yourself. These are all customizable, so you can pick a design that you really like and add in your brand information, your ingredient information. You can change the color schemes if you want, so it's fully customizable on Canva. It's going to be a really great way for you to start with confidence and not have to worry about the small things as far as your labels, your logos, really having a formula. All of these are going to be great beginner formulas. They're going to be easy to get all of the ingredients and easy to start your business with. So I have that link down below if that's something that you're interested in. Now having your body oil business with the basic formula that we talked about in the beginning is going to be great. But if you want to create your formula based on a particular skincare issue, or if you want to target a particular problem, then with these ingredients, you'll be able to create a formula that's going to be great for a youthful glow. Now, with this, it's just going to be 5 extra ingredients that you can add to your formula. Now, to start off with, we're going to have a grapeseed oil. Now, this is going to be a really great oil. That's going to be a really great oil that you can add that can be an addition to your carrier oils that's going to help aid in glowing skin. It has vitamin A, which is going to help with firming your skin as well. Now, with grapeseed oil, you're going to use this around 20 to 40%. So this is going to be in the carrier oil section of your body oil. Then you're going to be using babu oil. Now, this is going to be another great oil. It's going to help to have a natural glow, make your skin look very shiny and just glowy. So adding this in at around 5 to 20% of your formula is going to add in that additional ingredients to add in more vitamin K and A and E to really add in more of a youthful glow. Now, your next ingredient is going to be marula oil. Now, this is another really great oil that is going to be this is another really great ingredient. It's going to be high in vitamin C and E. Now, vitamin C is crucial when it comes to a youthful glow, glowing skin, shining skin. So using ingredients that have vitamin C and vitamin A are going to be both crucial to a more youthful product. So we're going to use this at a lower percentage at around 5 to 10% as well. Then you want to use squalene. Now, squalene is another really great oil that is going to help to add in more of a youthful glow and a shine. This is going to be at around 10 to 15% at the most. With these ingredients, you're going to be able to add in these ingredients to give more of a youthful glow, but you're going to have them in at a smaller percentage just to add in a little bit more actives to your product to really cater to a particular issue. Now, the last and final ingredient you're going to want to use is going to be sea buckthorn oil. Now, this is going to be high, very high in vitamin A. You're going to only use this at around 1 to 5% of your formula. This is going to be really great to help firm the skin. This is what really helps to give that youthful glow and that shine as well. So just by adding in these basic ingredients, this will help to elevate your formula, being great for if you're going more high end, if you want to go more luxury. Adding in these ingredients will really help to drive home the price of your product and give people a reason to want to purchase to cater to a particular issue that they're trying to address. Now, if you are wanting to do more customizations, I also have a customization sheet in my skincarepreneur startup kit where you can be able to add in different active ingredients to your formulas to cater to aging, glow, also for acne, for blackheads, for whiteheads. These are going to be ingredients that you can add that are going to help with those particular issues. You can customize your formulas based off what you're trying to create.